Can we have silence, please? So, let's start. A very good morning to one and all present over here. Space, they say it's huge, but only true aspirants can see how mind-blowingly amazing space is. With this, I, Atharo Badguza, and my co-host Khushi Patare and Tirtha Naukutkar would like to welcome all the respectful dignitaries and our young space scientists to this magnificent event on the occasion of International Moon Day.
Today, all of us have gathered here for the formation and orientation of Ashoka Astronomical Observatory Club, which is not just a club but a rare and incredible platform for young scientists to develop their curiosity about the wonders of our universe. We'll also be an audience to an astounding presentation by the awardee on Moon Camp Challenge, Master Shaeel Hasepatil, sir.
As rightly said, if we have support, we can definitely do our very best. Thus, we are pleased to welcome Apurva ma'am, who was the first representative from Nashik to visit NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center and also the US Space and Rock Center in the USA. She is a space enthusiast. She is a space enthusiast and also the and also life member of NSS, that is the National Space Society, Washington DC. As a NASA Honeymoon educator, her prime objective is to spread knowledge of space science among young students. So can we have a huge round of applause?
Next, we would like to welcome Girish sir, who were awarded a research grant by the University Grants Commission for the study of variable stars. He has delivered many lectures on the same and has bagged almost 50 prizes in general knowledge, translations and elocutions. He has published many articles on astronomy and arranged number of sky observations through telescopes, helping more than 100 enthusiasts. Please welcome him with a round of applause.
We would also like to welcome Jayan Joshi sir, who will be joining us online from Ahmedabad. He is a former scientist of ISRO and served there for 37 long prosperous years. He also received ISRO Team Excellence Award in 2009 for contribution to the Indian space program for successful realization of MMIC-based subsystem. He also guided India's heaviest and largest satellite GSAT-16 in 2014. He has been a part of more than 25 satellite missions. So obliged to have you, sir. Can we have a big round of applause, please?
We would like to welcome our chief guests, Pramod sir and Priya ma'am, who have always motivated us to give our best and have been a constant support for all of us throughout. And last but not the least, we would like to welcome our junior space enthusiasts for whom the Ashoka Astronomical Observatory has been established by the AGS management.
It is observed that what everyone in the space enthusiastic corps share in common is not the gender or the background, but motivation and desire to participate in the voyage of discovery and endless knowledge.
ASAO, that is Ashoka Universal School Astronomical Observatory, is an initiative taken for providing a glimpse of the world beyond, using a professional high-definition telescope. It is the first of its kind initiative in Nashik where enthusiasts can observe and understand various celestial bodies and occurrences in space.
Here we provide world-class equipment and correct guidance. The vision of ASAO is to develop a scientific temper among the students and generate a curiosity in them for the brighter future of coming generations. Thus, we would like to express our gratitude to everyone present here. Now, there are two students who were a part of the online course of ISRO on the topic Overview of Space Science and Technology for school students. I would like to call upon Sanjay Thakur and Kartikeya earlier on the stage for to share their experience about the same.
Good morning everyone. I am Sanjay Thakur from class 8C.
And I am Karthikeyan Iyer from class 7th I.
We both are going to share the experience of from online course of ISRO named Indian Institute of Space, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing.
Next.
Space technology and Indian space program. So what do you mean by Indian space technology or Indian space program? So it is basically the prime objective of ISRO is develop space technology and its application to various national effects.
The prime objective of ISRO is to develop space technology and its application to various national needs.
The Department of ISRO, DOS and Space Commission was set up in 1972 and ISRO brought under DOS on June 1st, 1972.
Spacecraft systems. So, what do you mean by spacecraft systems? Spacecraft systems are parts of spacecraft like satellites, rockets, solid rocket motors, and much more. So, there are 4 types of satellites in space. There are communication, space science, navigation, and observation.
We learned that there are 2 types of communication satellites. They are BSS, Broadcast Satellite Service, and FSS, Fixed Satellite Services. Astronomy and space science. Astronomy and space science is a science that seeks to explain everything that we can observe the universe. In that point, we can see the space through our telescope or anything. We can see it through naked eye also.
Astronomy is a science that seeks to explain everything that we observe in the universe.
We can see stars, planets, comets through our naked eye. We can also see small stars through our naked eyes.
ISRO's planetary missions. So ISRO's planetary missions are like Mangalyaan, Chandrayaan 1 and Chandrayaan 2, and the upcoming planetary mission is a satellite to Venus called Shukrayaan.
We also learned that ISRO's first space agency and the actual found proof of water on moon, not NASA. ISRO announced they had discovered 3 months before NASA did it.
Next. Global Navigation Satellite Systems, or GNSS. GNSS is a global navigation system, much like GPS or Global Positioning System, but GPS is located primarily in North America, while GNSS is a combination of satellite navigation services like GPS, Navic, and Galileo, and much more. Next.
Satellite remote sensing technology. Remote sensing is the process of detecting and monitoring the physical characteristics of an area, measuring its reflected emitted radiation of a distance. You must have the TV remote in your home. So the distance the remote carries from, and it gives the signal to change the channel or function the TV.
And special cameras collect the remotely sensed images which help researchers sense things about Earth. Next. Applications of remote sensing technology. Applications of remote sensing technology are like the cameras, satellites which can map land use of farmers and improve the output of farmland. And
we also learned that the sensing technology of the sensing technology can detect if road shipping lane is blocked, minimizing the damage. Space technology for meteorological studies. It is a study that we can study the meteors in the space. Meteorological study helps for weather forecasting.
meteorological satellites have long been used to forecast extreme weather events.
The use of space science and technology could be benefit in various areas such as aviation, maritime, mapping and surveying, human health, disaster management.
Next. Online satellite data repositories and learning resources. There are three main websites run by ISRO. They are NDEM, Bhuvan and Vedas.
Bhuvan is a website in which ISRO has made a Bhuvan name website in which we can see the map of the world or India.
Vedas is the site to visit if you want to know the agriculture, land use, photogrammetry, environment, coastal and marine resources, hydrological studies, climate change, etc.
NDEM is the site to visit if you want to stay brief about disasters like earthquakes, tsunamis, flood, etc.
This is all we have for today. Thank you.
Thank you both for the presentation. It was really informative.
Now, I would like to introduce one of the most important guests present here, budding astronaut Shaeel Hasepatil from Ashoka Universal School, who is a member of Ashoka Astronomical Observatory. He has made a successful effort at Moon Camp Challenge 2021-22 in the Explorers category and won third position in the competition.
He also presented a project that involved a detailed design model of how humans can live on the moon and how we can use the lunar resources to build a base on the moon. The Moon Camp Challenge is an educational and inspirational project run by ESA and Airbus Foundation. It features preparatory classroom activities that focus on learning by design and science experimentation. The participants will have to develop a number of curricular scientific experiments related to the moon and apply the acquired knowledge in an interdisciplinary manner to design their own moon camp using a 3D modeling tool. So now, we would like to invite Shaeel for the presentation. Let's welcome him with a huge round of applause.
Good morning, everyone present here. I am Shaeel Hasepatil, a grade 10 student of Ashoka Astronomical School, Vadala branch, and a member of ASAO past 3 years of this year as well. Today, I am very happy to be here and share you my little achievement of how I won the International Moon Camp Challenge and bagged third position in the entire world. Before beginning, I would like to wish a very happy International Moon Day to all my honorable judges, guests, and of course my ASAO family. Let's begin. Okay. Earth. It's our home planet. It is a place where we all live. And everything you see around you is on this planet. But today it's dying. It's dying because of us, humans. Well, you see that on this planet there are 8 billion humans living. And they are using the free but limited resources available here. With this number increasing at an alarming rate. The more the number of people on this planet, there will be a shortage of food and electricity and water. There will also be deforestation pollution, which will all destroy our planet. So, if this continues for a longer period of time, we would have to leave this planet and find a new home. And if that unfortunately happens, what would be the best option? The best option for us would be the moon. Why? Because moon is one of the closest celestial body to us. It also has water on its poles and will help us in our future missions. Next. Before proceeding, I have a question for all the audience present over here. The question is the following. Other than overpopulation, what are the other threats which human civilization has and it can wipe out the entire human race? Yes.
Meteorite crash.
Okay.
Meteorite crash.
Right. Other than the ones which are written over here.
Use of harmful substances.
Chemicals. Okay.
Cutting down trees.
Yes, that's also one of the reasons. Okay. As we are short of time, I am proceeding ahead. All the answers which you all gave are absolutely correct. Because of all these threats, NASA had decided to send people on the moon. And on this very day, the first human steps on the moon. And hence mark the beginning of setting up a base on the moon. Next. Now this is where the International Moon Camp Challenge comes in. It is a competition which is conducted by the European Space Agency, Airbus Foundation and Autodesk. I would also like to show you all a video which will briefly explain us about this competition.
Hello everyone, my name is Matthias Maurer. I'm a European astronaut currently in training here at the European Astronaut Center. Today I'm here to tell you about the Moon Camp Challenge. The Moon Camp is an education project run as a collaboration between ESA and the Airbus Foundation in partnership with Autodesk. In this challenge, teams of students will have the chance to design their own moon settlement using a 3D modeling computer program. If you join the challenge, your team will take part in a series of interdisciplinary science experiments to explore the extreme environment of space and understand how astronauts could live on the moon. Then you will design your moon camp in 3 dimensions. Remember, when using your camp, you need to consider how to use local resources on the moon, such as moon sand, and ensure that your shelter provides protection and living and working facilities for us astronauts. There are 3 complexity levels that you can take part in. For the beginner level, you don't need any 3D design experience. The goal is to design only one component of the moon camp using the Tinkercad software. And your team will receive a moon camp participation certificate. If you would like to take your design a bit further, you can compete in the intermediate level, where your team will use Tinkercad to design a full moon camp, and your design will be reviewed by an expert jury for the chance to win a special prize. If you have more experience using 3D design tools, you might be interested in the advanced level, where your team will use the Fusion 360 software to design a full moon camp. Like in the intermediate level, your design will be reviewed by an expert jury for the chance to win a prize. To learn more, visit our website. Become a space explorer and help design a home on the moon for future ESA astronauts. Many thanks and good luck.
Next slide. Okay. Some more information about this competition. The time duration for this project is 1 year. That That means I have 1 year to complete and submit this project. By submitting this project, you have to take care of the 3 things. First, the submission form should include link of the model, 3D model which you have made using whatever software. Like for the Discovery and Explorers category, it's the Tinkercad software, and for Pioneers, it is the Fusion 360. Next is the pictures of the model. You also have to submit some of the pictures and the screenshots of the model in the submission form. And lastly, it is the report. In the report, you have to give detailed explanation explaining about your project and how you will sustain astronauts on the moon. You will also be answering some of the questions which are in the submission form, like where would you build this base, why would you build it there, what materials will we use, etc. etc. Now, if we talk about the Explorers and the Pioneers category, they will be judges, will be judging this process and announcing the winners. The jury will include the following: experts from the European Space Agency, Airbus Foundation, and Autodesk. The judging criteria for this process would be the following: innovativeness, creativeness, and inventiveness. That is how unique your project is and how different it is from others, will carry 25% of the marks. Second is software skills. How well do you use your software to make your model? That will carry 25% of the marks. And sustainability to purpose, meaning how practical is your project and will it actually help astronauts live on the moon in real life? That is 25% of the marks. And lastly, the online form, which is the report which you will write explaining your project, will carry 25% of marks. Next. Now, let's come to the part of what I have done in this competition. Well, me and my teammate Anurag Mori have participated in the non-ESM member Explorers category of this project and have made a 3D model of a moon base which will support 8 astronauts for 6 months living on the moon. We named our project and the team Kalpana. Next. Now the question arises, why did we name it Kalpana? Well, there are 2 reasons. First, the word Kalpana means imagination, and we believe that this imagination can one day become reality. Second is to respect Ms. Kalpana Chawla, who was the first Indian woman to go to space, but unfortunately could not return back in one of her missions. Next. What we did. So basically, while doing this project, we have faced many issues, and even we have participated in this competition last year as well, but due to some certain problems, we lost it, but we did not lose the hope. This year, we are again participated in this competition and won it. We faced issues such as the software issues, storage issues, the time management, but we overcame all these issues by putting our efforts and time into this. In this project, we get solutions to many such problems, like how the astronaut will get the basic necessities for the survival. We will greenhouses, fish farms for the food supply for the astronauts. We will solar panels and nuclear power plant, which will meet the electricity supply of the base. And we also made a pumping and filtration unit, which will filter and pump the already present water on the moon and provide it to the base. It will also recollect the wastewater from it and recycle it, completing the cycle. Other than that, we also built a mechanism which will be providing oxygen for the astronauts. We also built robots, rovers, LRVs, that means lunar roving vehicles, which would help astronauts in their daily tasks. We built other buildings such as the communication tower, gateway space station, gym, kitchen, living area, storage, clinic, washrooms, and even an emergency bunker in case if anything goes wrong. Next. Now let's come to the point why this competition is such a big thing. Well, alone in this year, there are around 5,600 plus students from over 53 countries all around the world which have participated in this competition. From India, there are around 44 teams who have participated in this category, and among all of this, my team, Team Kalpana, came third in the entire world. Here are some of the images of the newspaper who have acknowledged my achievement. The question arises that after putting so much time and effort into this, what did I got? So basically, if you talk about materialistic things, I got some goodies from ESA and AWS. I also got a winner certificate and a webinar with an ESA astronaut. Other than that, I also got a lot of congratulations and acknowledgement from various places. I also got to learn of many things and skills such as the time management skill, the software skills, and etc. The most important thing which I learned while doing this project was that hard work, consistency, and patience will always lead you to success. Now, I know what you all are thinking, that why the heck is this all told to you? And the reason is that because I and all the heads present over here believe that each and every person sitting in this room has the potential to do the same or even bigger than this. By this, I do not mean that you should participate in this competition and win first, second, third, or place prize, but whatever you do, do it in the best way and bring more such achievements so that Ashoka Group of Schools in Assam will help more such sections. And I want to see someone from this person standing here at my place one day. Now, moving on, I would like to conclude my speech by saying the quote. Next. Shakespeare once said, "I cried when I had no shoes, but I stopped crying when I saw a man without legs." Life is full of blessings. Sometimes we don't value it. So value what you have in life without complaining. I would also like to thank Ashoka Group of Schools and the ASRO team for inviting me to giving the speech. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was really great and congratulations for the achievement. Aim for the stars. Even if you miss them, you will land on the moon. Now, we would like to call upon the students and some advisory members for having a small interactive session on the most beautiful thing in the sky, the moon.
Good morning everyone, my name is Atharva and today I will be telling you some basic facts about the moon. So let's start with comparing it with the sun. So you know the afternoon light, it would take about 3 lakh moons to compare the light of the moon to the light of the sun which it emits at the afternoon. And the moon is the second densest satellite in my universe, in the solar system. And then it is the closest satellite to the sun. It helps to maintain our temperature and the tidal bulges. Its temperature at night is around 100 degrees, minus 100 degrees, and in the morning or the afternoon, it is around 127. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, that was really informative and amazing facts. So as people say, the master key of knowledge is asking frequent questions and not stopping until we receive a satisfactory answer. Therefore, now we will be moving forward to the question and answer part of this event. Thus, I would request everyone to put forward their questions and queries forward. Thank you.
Anyone who has any questions?
Okay, dear students, yes, that one. You can ask the questions. We have our advisory members over there, so you can just put your questions in front of them, right? So,
Why did NASA discontinue the space shuttle?
First of all, NASA's Apollo 11 mission was the most successful, and that's the reason where Neil Armstrong, Edwin Aldrin, and Michael Collins they were part of the Apollo 11 mission, but Neil Armstrong was the first man to step on the moon. That was on 20th of July 1969, and later on several Apollo missions took place. then it was due to the exorbitant cost of the projects and the different missions. And not only that, it was building the space shuttles and the fuel systems all put together. It was very expensive, and that's the reason they had to discontinue it. Nevertheless, there will be future missions like Artemis mission, which will be very soon announced. That was about NASA. But one thing we should not forget is that ISRO, that is India Space Research Organization, has contributed to the most important contributions of humankind, you can say so far. That is detecting the presence of water or hydroxyl molecules on Moon, that is our closest neighbor in space. So that's the greatest contribution, and there are going to be a lot of resources which will be mapped using different orbiters such as the Chandrayaan-1, Chandrayaan-2 orbiter. They have done a great job, and now in the south pole of the Moon they are going to do the next follow-up mission of Chandrayaan-3 as well. So NASA's discontinuation is there, but there are other private players coming into picture, not only in US, in the Western countries, also in the European Space Agency, ESA, then Canadian Space Agency, German space agencies, and mainly Russian space agencies are still exploring the Moon, but with the help of orbiter and not by the manned missions. So that is, I think it will satisfy the students who asked this question. Yes, next.
How much water did we first find on the Moon?
Well, there are traces of hydroxyl molecules, that is water molecules, because they are deep inside the craters of the Moon. It's yet to be found out as far as the actual quantity of water, etc. But nevertheless, it is a hope because as Shaeel also mentioned in his project, the traces of water, that's the first step where space colonization or space settlement would take place. And then there are other resources which like earth-like metals or minerals which would be found, even traces of, plenty of helium-3 molecules and traces of earth metals are found there. So that is a hope that maybe in future years to come there would be space settlements on Moon, because that's the intermediate station, you can say. That's the most important aspect. And the questions which generally come in the minds of students is, why do we go to Moon? Because it's 385,000 kilometers average distance, and not only that, there are Mars and other space settlement missions which would be taking place in future years to come. But Moon being the closest, and we would be needing a lot of fuel to go there till Moon. So that's the most important aspect. Why choose Moon? And this day of celebrating or observing International Moon Day is the reason why we all are here today. It is to observe this day because this would pave a way to future more and more space exploration, and particularly Moon exploration missions. Thank you.
As we are talking about Moon terraforming, can there be Mars terraforming in future? Can there be?
Can there be?
Mars means can humans live on Mars if we try?
Yes, Mars would be the next mission. But first of all, we need to see that that is going to be a long duration space flight. So definitely NASA and other space agencies and even ISRO is working on Mars missions as well. But manned missions, it may take time, but perhaps in next decade or so, we would be sending humans to Mars as well. But this is perhaps the beginning. That's the reason why Moon's missions come first. Okay.
So my question is, like, what was the importance, what was the reason for swapping the Hubble telescope for the James Webb telescope? Like, what was the main difference between both of them?
You're talking about Webb telescope?
James Webb.
Hubble and James Webb.
See, Hubble telescope was there in space in 1990, and since then it has done wonderfully well. But that telescope, Hubble Space Telescope, was designed to receive waves coming from space which are in the visible range. So whatever we have understood with the help of Hubble is all the data which is from the visible part of the electromagnetic spectrum. But what happens that when waves coming from distant objects, pretty long distances are there, and when the waves coming from such objects are reaching the Earth, we get those waves in infrared vision of the electromagnetic spectrum. So James Webb Telescope is designed to receive infrared waves. So now we are going to see the universe deeper than what Hubble has shown us.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. I wanted to ask that what the age limit is to apply to ISRO or NASA.
Age limit as such, there's no limit you can say, but then yes, after your bachelor's degree or say graduation and of course post-graduation you can apply, there are posts, but minimum age obviously will be 21 plus, and it depends on what sorts of vacancies are there generated there. But I feel that yes, even other space agencies, they encourage the students to take up new opportunities and prospects which lie in space. So definitely there are going to be more and more prospects coming in every year. And ISRO is also encouraging students to take up projects even in their graduation. I mean, if you look at the websites of isro.gov.in, there are a lot of projects. They encourage the students to take up, particularly like the ones like Venus mission. Earlier also in say couple of years back, they had encouraged students to give their ideas. So this most important aspect is to encourage you students to ideate, to generate new ideas, because we as teachers or educators, we never underestimate those smallest of ideas, because perhaps a small idea today, it would sound fictional today, but it would be a reality tomorrow. So that is most important aspect.
Thank you, ma'am.
I will add something to what you have asked. See, government has established an institution in Thiruvananthapuram that is called as Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology. Now it is a deemed university, and purpose of establishing that university is to provide the manpower which is required by ISRO. So I suggest that you visit the website of Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, so that there you will get all the information that you want to know.
Jayan sir, there is a question for you. A student has one doubt.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. My question is: if we switch on other planet, what will be the condition of Earth?
Jain sir, are you able to hear?
No, I could not get the question.
You can.
Because the lot of echo is there, so question was not clear to me. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. Sir. You can repeat it. You can repeat it.
Sir, my question is: if we switch on other planet, what will be the condition of Earth?
Dilip sir, can you just
Sir, he is
repeat
asking
the
if we
question?
switch on to other planet, other than Earth, right? So, can you repeat it?
What will be the condition of Earth?
Okay, what will be the condition of Earth? We need to shift to other planet.
Okay, so the first question is why should we migrate to other planet? That is number one.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What is the reason we should migrate?
Yes.
And that itself is an answer, because unless the Earth is not livable, you will not intend to go to any other planet. Right? So it is our duty as a citizen of India and as a world hope that we should keep this earth livable. There are two aspects, that is one, and second astronomical aspect is the sun has already lived his half of life, right? Only half of life is available, and it is getting converted into a red giant blue, right? It is becoming so red and so giant, so big. So the distance between the habitable zone where our earth is already located and we are comfortable, the distance is decreasing day by day, and earth will become so big that we will no longer be in habitable zone and we will have to run away, right? So that is anyway centuries to come, but you have to get prepared. You should know the technology. So whenever you go to other planet, when you switch over to other planet, you have to ensure that you leave the planet as it is, right? We never know what will happen in future. Right? It is our duty to maintain Earth as livable as it is today. If we cannot improve, let us at least maintain a status quo. That is our duty. Right? So only when it is not livable here, we will go to other planet. So that means that you cannot come back if it is not livable.
Yes. Sir, also the previous question which one of the students had asked, Dr. Joshi sir, the student had asked about what would be the age or the opportunities at ISRO. So if you can throw some light on that as well.
Age for joining ISRO?
Yes sir. One of the students had asked, and what would be sort of opportunities for the young aspirants at ISRO?
I think the question is whether the entry age of ISRO or
yes, sir.
To become an astronaut.
Entry age to join ISRO.
Okay, got it. See, basically, it is like any government organization, 18 years plus eligibility comes. That is the age criteria. But the other important criteria, if you are applying as an engineer or a scientist, you must have a relevant qualification. And for that completing that qualification, you may require, say for example, you need to undergo graduation, you need 4 more years. You need to go master, then you need 2 more years to that. If you want to pursue a doctorate, then many more years like that. So that becomes, and there are 2 procedures. One, you acquire a requisite qualification. Either you can apply directly online. There is no paper you have to file. www.isro.gov.in. Regularly we post whatever vacancies are there. They are always first plotted on our website. You have to apply online. There is a written examination, right, conducted twice a year, and the candidate who are successful in the written test, they are shortlisted, and again, based on what would be the cutoff percentage which we have secured in the written test, again they are curtailed and they are called for a personal interview. That is number 1. Number 2 is that we go to different campuses directly. We don't wait student to come to ISRO, but we go directly to various prestigious colleges, IITs, and we do campus recruitment. That is number 2. And third is, after securing, if you select an A grade, A stream with physics, mathematics, right? And if you do an engineering, for getting an engineering through IIST, that is Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology in Valiawala near Trivandrum, right? It is the only college in Asia which is run by ISRO. Right? It is funded by ISRO. It is run by ISRO, and all the faculties are the present or the past experienced ISRO scientists, right? So apart from normal engineering curriculum, how they are applied in astroscience or space science, that is the more emphasis is given on that. You are taken to different laboratories. You are given a chance to get the hands-on. There is a very nominal fees. You get scholarship also, and any student who secures a very good rank throughout all the years, that is 4 years course. Nowadays it is an integrated course, and if you secure a good ranking, then almost 50 to 55% of the students are absorbed directly into ISRO without any interview or without even any written test. And rest of the students either who could not get into IST or who could not go directly to ISRO, they can apply through the other route which I have already mentioned. So age is 18 plus and required qualification, and only thing, the one thing I always tell about going to ISRO or working for ISRO is numbers or your medal or your ranking is not at all important in ISRO. That is all left out at your home when you go for ISRO interview. It is only what you know, what basics you have. Under a critical circumstances, how your logical mind applies, and can you give a solution in real time? You don't have time. There are many instances we have faced that when the satellite is getting launched, the rocket misbehaves and you have to take a decision. You don't have time. They have to be taken in seconds. So at that time, if you are able to do your work efficiently as a team, right? तो अगर कोई बोलता है कि मैं तो गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट हूँ, मैं तो जीनियस हूँ, मैं 95% हूँ, that has no attraction for ISRO. But if you are a 75% student, you are good as a team, then you are always wanted. You are most wanted at ISRO.
Thank you, sir. Due to shortage of time, we will not be taking any more questions. So now,
Dilip sir, I think we will have separate question answer session.
Yes, sir, yes. We in the World Space Week. World Space Week. Yes.
everyone who have questions can write it down and submit it to Dilip sir or Archana ma'am. Thank you so much, sir, ma'am, and sir, for the information you all gave us. It was really very informative. And now that we have come towards the end of this event, I, Khushi, would like to express my gratitude towards all the dignitaries and the young enthusiasts for listening to us patiently. And before I hand over to Dilip sir for the vote of thanks, I, Atharva and Tirtha would like to specially thank Archana Yole ma'am for being our constant motivation and to make this event a success. Even though she is not present here physically, but it's because of her hard work and dedication, we were able to put forth such a wonderful event in front of all of you. I would also like to extend our gratitude towards Pramod sir and Priya ma'am for being the constant source that has inspired us to utilize such amazing platforms and for giving us these wonderful experiences worth a lifetime. I would request Pramod sir to say a few words.
Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Can we hear this louder? Good morning, all of you. Yeah, now I can feel that you all are present here. Sir is saying the voice must have reached space, so congratulations all of you. So yes, this International Moon Day also marks launch of our Astronomy Club for this academic year. So for that is my warm regards and congratulations to Dilip sir and Archana ma'am and the entire team of teachers and students working for Ashoka Astronomical Observatory. As a teacher here, I really feel proud that ours is an institution in the Nasik which hosts such events, which is not very normal in other schools, as we were discussing with Apurva ma'am, that we celebrate such days which are unique, and I think that's what Ashoka stands for, unique, right? So first of all, congratulations to all of you, and I wish a very happy journey to all of you in this journey of astronomy exploration for this academic year. Thank you so much and all the best to all of you. And thank you Apurva ma'am and Devan sir for spending your time for this occasion. Thank you so much.
Priya ma'am, please.
Good morning. Good morning. I know you all are getting restless, so I would just like to say that let us keep going above and beyond. And with y'all and Dilip sir and Archana ma'am and our guiding sources over here, we definitely will. So have a good day, and as Pramod sir said, let's all have a great journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, sir. On behalf of Ashoka School, we would like to present a vote of gratitude to both the dignitaries. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Thank you so much for listening to us patiently. Now I would like to hand over to Dilip sir for the vote of thanks. Thank you.
Good morning, all of you. So, I am here to present the vote of thanks. So, first of all, on behalf of the Ashoka Group of Schools management and all the authorities and heads, I am really grateful and thankful to all the advisory members, Apurva Zakri ma'am, Dr. Girish Pimpre sir, Jayant Joshi sir, because their valuable motivation, their valuable guidance, since the inception of this club we are receiving, and I hope we will receive the same in the coming future, and because of that you can see this all the enthusiasm and all this zeal in the students. So really thankful to all the advisory members. Secondly, I would like to thank all the heads of Ashoka Universal School, Ashoka Mark, Ashoka Universal School, Arjun Nagar campus, Ashoka Global Academy. So I am really thankful to all of them because of their support. I was and Arjuna ma'am, we were able to put this in front of you. So really thankful to all the heads, the PROs, Fatima ma'am and Aarti ma'am, and finally coming to my team members, Astronomy Club team members, Irfan sir, Alia ma'am, Archana Yole ma'am. She is not there, but yes, this is really hats off to her. She has put a wonderful event in front of us, so hats off to her. I will convey all the regards of the students and all the heads to her as soon as the things get over. And finally, I will thank all the students with such a zeal and motivation you are here, and I will request you to keep this motivation throughout the year. Right? Thank you so much, all dear members of the group. And last but not the least, the anchors here, the three anchors here, Tirtha, I know, Kushi, Atharva. So I am thankful that it was a wonderful and wonderful event here. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you.